A storm complex stretching 400 miles tore through Texas overnight while you were sleeping. At the exact same time, 13 Wisconsin counties dropped to 26 degrees with a hard freeze warning. And Oklahoma just recorded 2.01 inches of rain, their biggest two-day soak of all of May. 3 completely separate weather events hitting 3 different regions tonight, and not everyone sees all 3 coming. Stay locked in because I have been glued to radar all night, and this system is absolutely no joke whatsoever. And at the end, I have a specific late May severe weather window that the Storm Prediction Center is already watching closely. Drop your city and state in the comments right now. I will personally keep watch over your area tonight and reply. Here's what hit me when I first pulled up the Texas radar tonight. This storm complex is enormous by any measure. Dallas, Fort Worth, Waco, Austin, and San Antonio all took direct hits from this system in the same overnight window. The darkest radar core is running from DFW straight south through Houston as we speak right now. Lufkin, Beaumont, Tyler, and Texarkana are all sitting deep inside that intense red zone on radar tonight. Shreveport over in Louisiana is also catching the eastern fringe of this monster complex. Heads up over there. The atmosphere tonight is absolutely loaded. Dew points in the low 70s are fueling this storm machine. That Gulf moisture surge is the same storm fuel that keeps meteorologists locked in front of radar all night long. Here is the timing breakdown so you know exactly when this system is hitting your city. Write this down. Between 9 p.m. and midnight Central Daylight Time, the heaviest activity is tracking through DFW, Waco, and Austin right now. From midnight into 3 a.m. Central Daylight Time, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, and the Coastal Bend get their turn in the crosshairs. Houston and Southeast Texas, your back-end squall is pushing through between 2 and 5 a.m. Central Daylight Time overnight. Knowing your exact window is the difference between being ready and being completely caught off guard tonight. Here's the part that genuinely stopped me cold. A dangerous storm line exploded near Kingsville at 1:37 this morning. That line was racing southeast at a flat-out 60 miles per hour toward the Rio Grande Valley overnight. NWS Brownsville issued a special weather statement for Jim Hogg and Brooks counties immediately after it fired. Falfuria, Sarita, San Manuel Encino, and Rachal were all directly in the crosshairs of that active storm. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour were knocking limbs down and launching objects across roadways overnight. Torrential rain came with those winds flooding streets and low-lying rural roads way too fast to react safely. U.S. Highway 77 between mile markers 710 and 758 became a genuinely dangerous stretch overnight. Avoid it. U.S. 281 between mile markers 708 and 764, same story. Do not drive that road tonight under any circumstances. Folks in mobile homes across South and Central Texas, please find a sturdy building right now, plain and simple. 50-mile-per-hour winds and mobile homes do not mix. That is not a risk worth taking for anyone tonight. Frequent cloud-to-ground lightning is firing with these storms, and it strikes up to 10 miles out from the core. Turn around, do not drown. Burn this into your memory because that rule saves lives every single storm season. Now here's what stopped me cold on the Austin area radar at 9:11 tonight. Good Lord, this was intense. 2 intense storm cells were flanking Burnett, Marble Falls, Georgetown, and Ben Arnold simultaneously tonight. Both cells were converging and funneling all their energy directly into Round Rock and Austin at once. Movement at 60 to 70 miles per hour meant residents had almost zero time to react at all tonight. New Braunfels and San Marcos were sitting directly in the path of those converging cells at the same time. San Marcos and Kyle reported heavy rainfall with street flooding spreading across low-lying roads tonight. Round Rock Emergency Management confirmed multiple roads closed due to rapidly rising high water overnight. Georgetown drivers were being turned back at flooded low-water crossings throughout the evening hours. Killeen and Temple to the north also logged intense lightning and gusty wind damage reports tonight. College Station and Bryan picked up heavy rainfall on the eastern fringe of that storm complex overnight. And here's what nobody's talking about. Enough power outages are rolling across Central Texas tonight. Thousands of homes and businesses are sitting completely dark across the heart of the state right now. The outage map shows the heaviest concentration right in Central Texas. This caught a lot of people off guard. Y'all in Texas with power right now, charge every single device you own before the next wave hits overnight. Another line of storms is still pushing through. I kid you not, this night is absolutely far from finished. Now here is where this forecast takes a turn that is going to surprise a lot of people watching right now. While Texas is getting soaked, the upper Midwest is getting frozen all on the exact same night simultaneously. This is one weather pattern pulling in 2 completely different directions at once. No joke at all, folks. Cold Arctic air is joining forces with this system, and 13 Wisconsin counties are feeling it hard tonight. A freeze warning is active right now through 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time, with temperatures dropping to 26 degrees. Marathon, Shawana Wood, Portage, Waupaca, and Door counties are all locked inside that active freeze zone tonight. Outagamie, Brown, Kewaunee, Waushara, Winnebago, Calumet, and Manitowoc are all sitting inside that warning right now. Green Bay is dropping to near 29 degrees before sunrise, one of the coldest nights of this spring. Appleton and Oshkosh in the Fox Valley are hitting dangerous frost territory as we speak right now tonight. Wausau and Weston in Marathon County are seeing one of the sharpest temperature drops of this entire season. Frost and freeze can flat out destroy crops and damage sensitive vegetation in a single overnight period. Unprotected outdoor plumbing is also at serious risk of bursting in temperatures this dangerously cold tonight. NWS Green Bay is urging every person in that freeze zone to act before temperatures bottom out before dawn. Cover your plants, bring your pets inside, and wrap any exposed outdoor pipes before the sun comes up tomorrow. Carol Myers, a retired nurse from Omaha, told me May frost still catches her completely off guard every year. Carol lost half her seedlings to a May freeze last year. She is not waiting for the temperature to drop this time. Folks like Carol are exactly why this matters. Real people, real gardens, real consequences happening tonight. And this freeze does not stop at the Wisconsin line. Minnesota is getting hammered on this exact same night. A massive freeze warning zone is blanketing western and central Minnesota through early Tuesday morning. Roseau, Baudette, Bemidji, Detroit Lakes, Brainerd, and St. Cloud are all locked inside that cold zone tonight. Grand Forks, Plummer, Hillsboro, and Fergus Falls are also sitting inside that active Minnesota freeze warning. International Falls near the Canadian border is dropping to near 30 degrees before midnight tonight. Duluth on the western shore of Lake Superior is tracking dangerous overnight lows near the freeze mark. Fargo, North Dakota, just across the border from Minnesota, is also feeling this same cold air outbreak tonight. I need to stop right here and make sure you fully understand what is happening across 3 states simultaneously. Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan are all getting hit by this same cold air outbreak on the exact same night. 3 states, 1 cold air mass, and millions of people who need to know what is happening to them tonight. Drop your city in the comments and tell me what your overnight low is reading right now. I want to know. Here's the Michigan situation. The entire northern lower peninsula is under an active freeze warning tonight. Petoskey, Sheboygan, Rogers City, Alpena, and Traverse City are all waking up to dangerous cold this morning. Gaylord, Grayling, West Branch, Houghton Lake, and Mio are fully inside that active warning zone right now. Cadillac, Gladwin, Reed City, Clare, and Fremont are also under that same active freeze warning overnight. Michigan forecasters say overnight lows in the freeze zone could drop to 28 degrees before dawn. Traverse City is famous for its cherry orchards, and one hard May freeze can devastate an entire crop overnight. If you have livestock in Michigan or Wisconsin, get them into proper shelter before midnight tonight, no exceptions. Dale Simmons, a farmer from Abilene, Kansas, says he never sleeps easy on a night like this one right here. Dale says his soil is saturated from April. Another hard freeze on top of that is genuinely worrying him tonight. Folks like Dale are exactly why I stay locked in front of radar. Real farms, real losses, real consequences. Mark my words, this freeze has also crossed into southern Ontario, hitting London and Toronto hard tonight. Stratford, Hamilton, Kitchener, Cambridge, Guelph, and Brantford are all inside the active freeze zone right now. Darr County Peninsula, one of Wisconsin's top agricultural areas, is fully frozen as of this evening tonight. Farmers in Door County are hustling right now to cover orchards before temperatures bottom out before dawn. Frank Hollister, a rancher out in Amarillo, always says a hard May freeze is never easy on cattle or crops. Frank moved his livestock to shelter 2 hours ago. He never waits for the temperature to actually drop first. That local knowledge keeps livestock alive tonight, and every farmer in this region needs that same mindset. Now, I need to stop right here. That South Texas severe thunderstorm watch is still very much active right now. 15 counties under that watch until 5 a.m. Central Daylight Time, and this threat is alive and moving fast tonight. Corpus Christi, Laredo, Victoria, Kingsville, and Rockport are all sitting inside that active watch area. Alice, Beeville, Three Rivers, Sinton, Portland, and Goliad. I kid you not, the county list just keeps going tonight. Holiday, Beach, Flower, Bluff, Freer, Fulton, Tilden, and Tyne, all of them in the danger zone right now. NWS Corpus Christi is watching this evolving situation through every single overnight hour until dawn. Damaging winds, frequent lightning, and heavy rain are all part of this same dangerous overnight package. Lightning strikes up to 10 miles from the storm itself, heads up on that, across all of South Texas tonight. Bob Simmons, a retired electrician from Indianapolis, always gives the same advice about lightning safety. Bob says if you hear thunder, get inside immediately, no debate, no hesitation, no second-guessing yourself. South Texas is proving exactly why that advice saves lives every single time there is a storm like this. Drop your city and state in the comments, tell me what is happening outside your window right now tonight. Now let's get to some genuinely good news because Oklahoma got a long overdue soaking good grief. The Oklahoma Mesonet through 8 p.m. last night shows the most widespread rainfall of all of May so far. Central and south central Oklahoma picked up the heaviest totals across the entire state over 2 days. The highest reading clocked in at 2.01 inches, the biggest two-day total in Oklahoma this month. Not gonna lie, a two-day total like that has Oklahoma farmers breathing a whole lot easier tonight. Across mid-Oklahoma, totals were commonly running between 1.3 and 1.6 inches over 2 days. Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Lawton, and Norman all saw widespread and genuinely beneficial rainfall over the weekend. Ardmore and Durant near the Texas border recorded close to 1.13 inches over those 2 days. That widespread moisture is going to help replenish soil that had been running dangerously short for weeks. How much rain hit your gauge in Oklahoma? Drop your total in the comments and let me know right now. Now let me give you the forward look so you know exactly what is still coming through the rest of this week. Austin and San Antonio, your lingering storm window runs through approximately 3 a.m. Central Daylight Time tonight. Houston and Southeast Texas stay sharp through 5 a.m. Central Daylight Time for that back-end squall pushing through. Corpus Christi and the coastal bend, that severe thunderstorm watch is active all the way through 5 a.m. Wichita Falls and Abilene could see additional development before sunrise around 6 a.m. Central Daylight Time tomorrow. Wisconsin freeze warnings expire at 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Temperatures will climb back through Tuesday morning. Michigan freeze zones moderate through Tuesday, but the hours between 4 and 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time are critical. Gardeners and farmers across the upper Midwest, check your crops the moment the sun comes up Tuesday. Do yourself a solid and walk those fields first thing Tuesday morning before you do anything else today. Oklahoma stays drier through Tuesday. That beneficial rain has done its job, and that is genuinely welcome news. Now here is where this forecast points towards something bigger developing, and I need your full attention. By Wednesday, a new disturbance develops across the Central Plains, and the Storm Prediction Center is watching it. Severe potential is being evaluated from Kansas into Missouri by midweek. Not huge, but something to monitor. Texas will dry out through Tuesday, but another system looks to approach by the end of the week. Stay heads up. But here is the bigger signal. I want you to sit with the period from May 15th through 22. A large storm system is expected to eject over the Rockies Friday and Saturday with all hazards on the table. Friday, May 15th looks like our first more significant severe weather day across the central and southern plains. Saturday, May 16th is when this becomes more organized. Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas all in the primary zone. The I-35 corridor could be at more significant risk Saturday. Large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes all possible. Sunday expands the risk from Wisconsin back into the central and southern plains, a potentially big day. Monday and Tuesday, the risk shifts to the Ohio Valley and the Deep South as that system continues marching east. And then the pattern reloads. The last 2 weeks of May look to feature several more shots of severe weather. A ridge in the west is already pushing warmer air eastward into the plains by midweek. That is the trigger. Above average temperatures for much of the country heading into the third week of May. Storm fuel is building. Above average precipitation for the central U.S. is also in the forecast, and May is historically the wettest month. Waukeeta, Oklahoma already has a 15% tornado probability flagged for this upcoming weekend. Mark that down. The bottom line right now, 400-mile Texas complex, 50 miles per hour gusts, 15 counties still under watch. 13 Wisconsin counties at 26 degrees. Oklahoma soaking up 2.01 inches all tonight. And May 15th through 22, shaping up as the most active severe weather stretch of the month. Write it down. That kind of pattern keeps me locked in front of radar from dusk until dawn, plain and simple every single time. This pattern is far from over, and I am not leaving until every single city gets covered tonight. Stay with me.